We are architects of glass houses. We spend our lives gathering the shards of who we are, pressing them back together, as if by standing perfectly still, we could convince time to forget us. We have confused preservation with peace. We call the stillness of a lake health, forgetting that still water, left long enough, becomes a tomb for everything alive inside it. But look at the stars, look at the cells turning in your own blood. Nothing that is alive is standing still. The universe has never once whispered stay. In every atom, in every season, it is roaring the same word, become. Tonight we look into the face of Shiva, the cosmic dancer, not as a bringer of endings, but as the oldest healer the human imagination ever dared to draw. And we take apart the most comfortable lie we own, that safety lives in keeping things the same, because to truly live, we must learn the one art no one teaches, the rhythm of letting everything fall apart. Shiva does not dance in a palace, he dances in the cremation ground, wearing the ash of everything that has already ended, in the thin, burning seam between what has been and what is not yet born. Look at his hands. In one, a small drum, the damaru, beating the first sound of the world into being. In the other, a single flame, the fire that will take it all back. Creation in one hand, destruction in the other, not at war, held in the same body, in the same instant, by a face that is perfectly calm. This is the secret no one wants to hear. The making and the unmaking were never two things. They are one motion, and it never stops. We treat destruction as an intruder, a thief breaking into the house of life, but destruction is not the thief, it is the engine. Without the fire, the world becomes a museum of ghosts. Every dead habit behind glass, every rotted belief left on its pedestal where no light can reach it. So, why do we fear the fall? Because we cling to our roles, our relationships, our old wounds, the careful stories we tell about who we are, and we mistake the gripping for living. We hold on to versions of ourselves long after they have died. Beneath the dancer's food, the old sculptors carved a small, crouching figure. Its name is Apasmara, forgetfulness. The part of us that falls asleep inside its own habits, that builds a cage out of yesterday and calls it home. Shiva does not destroy it. He cannot. To kill forgetting completely would be to kill the soul's chance to wake again. So he simply sets his foot upon it, holds it still, keeps the thing that would drag the whole world to stillness from ever leading. This is the stagnant attachment the dance burns away. And it is not gentle work, it is a violent grace. To shed a self feels like a betrayal, but it is the deepest loyalty we can offer the spirit still trying to become, to grow. You must be willing to be wrong about who you thought you were, to stand with empty hands in the ruins of your own certainty. There's a terrible beauty in the instant something breaks, when the structure finally goes, a career, a fate, a marriage, a heart. There is a sound that comes before the grief. It is the sound of air rushing into a room sealed shut for years. And in that raw, frightening emptiness is the only space where everything new has ever begun. Friedrich Nietzsche spoke of philosophizing with a hammer, striking the old idols to hear if they ring hollow. Shiva is that hammer. He does not break our gods to leave us empty-handed, but to show us they were hollow already. We pray for healing, but we ask for the wrong thing. We want a return, the thing put back the way it was. But real healing was never a restoration. It is a transformation. It is the moment we understand that we are not the vase that broke. We are the space the vase was holding. And that space cannot be shattered. The fire, for all its terror, only ever takes what was already dead. And so, in all that flame, the dancer lifts one hand, palm open, turned toward us, in the old language, one word, do not be afraid. And he lifts one foot clear of the ground. The only place the whole burning image calls refuge, the only solid ground is the foot that has stopped standing on it. If keeping things still were the same as peace, then the cemetery would be the most peaceful place on earth. But real peace was never stillness. It is the stillness inside the motion, the balance a dancer finds only while moving. Look at the ring of fire around the dancer. Follow it all the way around and you find it is not a wall, it is a circle, a wheel, birth and death, and the birth again, drawn as one unbroken line. And at the dead center of all that burning, the dancer's face does not flinch, not because he has conquered the fire, because he has stopped mistaking it for the enemy. He is not fighting the flame, he is keeping its time. And here is the thing that should stop the breath. Centuries after nameless hands first poured this dancer into bronze, the physicists of our own age, in their great machine beneath the mountains, went searching for the smallest, truest piece of reality. In the heart of matter, they found particles born and destroyed billions of times a second, an endless storm of creation and annihilation. And when they reached for an image equal to it, the one they chose was the dancer in the ring of fire. The myth had become a measurement. The dance was real all along. So, when the walls of a life come down, it is not a catastrophe. It is rubble being cleared, the foundation of a temple that can finally breathe. We need not fear the dancer. We need not fear the fire. When the ground moves beneath us, we need not lunge for the crumbling walls. We can stand still inside the motion and feel the rhythm under everything. The world is not ending. It is being rearranged. The attachments are falling away for one reason only, so that our hands at last can be free. We burn away that was already dead. We make peace with the friction of necessary endings. Because in the very heart of the destruction waits the most sacred truth we are ever given, that we were never the victims of change. We are the force of change itself. Let it fall, let it burn, and then we rise.